Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to WASD. And, it's, been a while. Wait, why am I trying to F5 in that menu? Anyway, it's been a while since I've done a WASD stream, so here's the gist of the situation. I've been getting on WASD a little more lately. I've had short gaps between college assignments and exams and all that. And I've realized something. In my time away, the server has increased its technical capacity. Spawntown being the main thing. Now, the area I live in, outproduces Spawntown by a lot. However, Spawntown has locations that take those raw resources and refine them. Take, for example, Minecarft's store here. While no one has bought anything from it, you know, it's still taking the raw resources that are produced in Arillisew and Bollywood, where Para lives, and it's manufacturing them into something that can be used by other people. Now, if we were to fly over to my area, and we'll examine it, you'll notice there's a stark difference. I don't have an area where people can buy raw or processed goods that I produce. I have to... The only thing that I produce is frickin' explosives and explosive devices. Now, that's a good thing. We like explosives here. But I'm making raw resources here, raw resources here, here. If we fly over here, I'm making raw resources here. And the only place where these raw resources get assembled into other things is Red's village. So to that end, we're expanding the village. Well, I'm expanding the village. Oh, hello Code Red, welcome to the stream. But yeah, today we are expanding that village by a lot. Mostly so that I can stay in competition. Oh, I'm sorry that the timing didn't really work out, Koi. I had to go get food. You can understand food. Food's important. Anyway, I have negotiated with my northern neighbor to expand my territory up to this mountain chain. So now, the village has the plains biome and this huge forest area as well. So all of these roads are outdated and need to be readjusted. Unfortunately, I don't have much of a plan in regards to the village. I do have some prototypes. Now, hopefully I'm not over anything huge. Okay, no, I'm okay. Wait, where am I in this creative world? I need my mini-map mod, because I'm getting lost in my own creative world, and it's a super flat. Alright. So, the village is going for this aesthetic. Deep slate, copper, and warped wood, because that pairs really well with deep slate. Problem? I don't have high quantities of deep slate. They've all kind of been taken by Mr. Shrigus to build up his tower. So, with that being said, we're gonna build skeleton frames today. We're gonna build the skeleton frames of the village. Mostly so that way I can gather the resources off camera, and then we'll do another stream where we actually build up some of the buildings. And each building is going to hold a different villager type. We might need another mining stream. But I want to have a building for every single villager workstation. Every single one. And this is a key factor here. The ones that involve raw resources are going to be connected to the death pit. The death pit will be expanded northwards to encompass this village, so that way I can wire up redstone machinations to each building. So that way any extra products that farmers produce, they can go into mass storage. Yes, all hail the glorious death pit. But yeah, farmers are the one this benefits the most, because any extra crop that they make can just be picked up by minecarts and just taken straight down into the death pit for storage. But yeah, I don't have very many buildings designed. You can see I'm working it out. I've got possibly a stonemason building there. I've got... That looks more like a train... I even labeled it as a train station. This looks more like a train station than anything, so I don't know what I'm going to do with this. I might do nothing with this. I don't know. I might make something. I don't know. If somebody wants me to make a train, they better speak up now. You know, I'm just saying. Anyway, moving on. Yeah, basically we're just gonna make some cobblestone skeletons of buildings and roads and... Oh, okay, build the train. Duh. Okay, there we go. I guess we're making a rail network in the village as well. Somehow we'll make that work. I don't know how, but I've got a few ideas already. Yeah. So that's basically it. We're just making... What? No, why would that be targeted? Why honestly would you feel like that was a targeted comment? You know, what could possibly make you think that? Speaking of the death pit, we need to go into the death pit for raw materials. Oh, right, death pit. Yeah, put on chest plate. I should make an elevator down to the death pit. But yeah, we're making building skeletons today. Out of cobblestone, because I have a ton of cobblestone. Oh, passive slime farm? Yep, you're working. All that cobblestone should be in those chests right over there. Alright, let's see here. Unless all my cobblestone was raided by Strigus. It was raided by Strigus. I forgot. Ah! Why am I such a good neighbor? I don't even know if this is good neighbor material. This is like... Is Strigus a parasite? Is he just leeching off the fact I have so many resources and that I'm just so willing to help him get everything set up? Is he a leech? Is Strigus a leech? I can't. He used it in the build. And I'm not going to spoil it because it's his build. Alright, we're gonna go up the stairs. Hi, Diphone. I should have some cobblestone in my normal storage. Not as much as I'd like to use, but it should be enough to get at least a couple of buildings designed. Or at least their frameworks. Those are dirty. Yeah, we got a shulker full of cobble. All of that. And all of this. I think we're okay. Alright, so, as you can see right here, what I had was roads. And this was going to be like a village centerpiece. Don't know what kind of centerpiece this was. This was supposed to be, but it's a centerpiece nonetheless. Now, given that, you know, this is me we're talking about, as long as there's a bell here, we can make this whatever we want. I've also got a bridge that's going to connect this village to the B-Dome, which is across the river, which means there's going to be a road connecting it to that village as well. Big infrastructure plans. But the first thing I want to concern myself with is the placement of the windmill. Do we have a good spot for a windmill? If we take out these trees here, we could put it like on this hill and then just have the rolling farmland go out a good several blocks. What do you think? Are we taking out these trees and making our windmill here? Because we need to put up some building skeletons so that way I can know where it is I'm building something. Yes. Yes, we are. Okay, we're building a windmill here. Perfect. Let me just tower... Actually, I don't need a tower. What am I doing? I'm the king of gunpowder on this server. I can fly. There. I flew, and I landed gracefully. There's no debate. Hang on. Do I have... No. I do not. Alright, never mind that. I hate these big trees. What are you on about? There's no broken wings here. Man, I hate these trees. I normally just burn them down, but I want to keep the forest around them. My elytra's not gonna break. Trust me, it's not gonna break. talking to one of the few people on WASD that actually keeps their gear up and keeps it actively repaired. My elytra is not gonna break. Trust me. But yeah, I like the idea of having the windmill here. Now, question is, can I freehand a circle? That is the question. Really shattered your hopes and dreams there? Well, I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry that my, falling to my death is not being, shown off. Man, I hate making circles. One, two, one, one. Okay, shush you. They're not the easiest thing. See, I literally made this one too long. Like, really? This tree's gotta go. Along with this tree. Along with this tree. Industry takes priority over the life of a tree. A clean environment? Whoever asked for that? No. We're industrialists here in Ariliisew. We're industrialists here in Ariliisew, so we don't care about our environment. we're only here for one thing. Profit. Industrialism. Yeah. Alright, so we got... I think this is actually a bit smaller than the one I made in the creative world, but that's honestly fine. The creative world was literally just so I could get a rough idea of what kind of build palette I wanted. We can make up for it by making the thing tall. Because, you know, we like our tall builds here. That actually doesn't look that bad from a distance. Like, I'm actually a big fan of the general shape we've got going on here. This is actually how I build freehand. I don't normally build freehand. Like, I normally build a schematic and then I just build. And then I just follow the schematic block for block. But in this instance, I'm gonna attempt to build these scaffolding pieces freehand. What do I not need in my inventory? That. This random carrot, that can go. These random arrows, they can go. Someone who's ridiculously tall and skinny, making up for being thin with being tall, is not as good an idea of how it sounds. Well, I mean, I'm tall and skinny too, but, like, I manage. Am I on the right block? Man, I hate these perspective things. I'm gonna assume that I am on the right block. Oh, wait. Nope. I have a small system here. Let's follow it. I must have been on the right block. Yeah, I get what you're trying to say, but we're just gonna keep going with vertical height here, and we're gonna see how it goes. Who knows? It could work. Oh. Whoa. Keep in mind, the important thing is that a building exists that I can connect to via the death pit. That's the important thing that needs to happen here. So while, yes, it is preferable that the building looks decent, as of right now, the scaffolding doesn't need to have all of the details hammered out. Although I think this is actually going to work. I think that's actually... That's a pretty fair height, wouldn't you say? Like, if we were to just start... Like, if we were to just add a roof on top of that, where it is now, that's a pretty solid start. I think that... I think that's fine. It needs to be visible, so... And keep in mind, with the build palette I'm going for, the taller something is, it lends itself well to tall and spiky. So instead of a domed roof like the test world had, I'm thinking we swap that out for... Can I actually stick this landing, please, universe? Dang it! I did not stick the landing. Hang on, where's my scaffolding? Scaffolding. Scaffolding! Give me like 2 stacks of scaffolding, please. Thank you. Actually, let me just take your whole box. Alright. As I was saying, I hold the opinion that the build palette I have designed lends itself well to tall builds that have spikes. So, with that in mind, with that in mind here, I want to see if we can roughly shape a spiked roof for this windmill. Something that can make the copper plating come to a point. Because the star, very angular. It's a very angular build, and it needs to be pretty obvious that this and that are associated. So it is in our best interests to try and make this spike upwards. If we can get this spiked upwards, then that means that we can have a unique aesthetic that isn't anywhere related to rustic. Well, good evening. Good evening, Tailblazer. How are you doing? Welcome to the stream. We are just building up the beginnings of a village. Rustic sucks. It's overused everywhere. Rustic is overused and boring and just bleh. Oh, my mic's kind of quiet? Yeah. I have the OBS sensitivity up to, like, near max, as it is right now. I think this is just something to do with my mic itself. Like, my mic isn't the... Like, my mic isn't the highest end quality that other brands offer. So, it's... Yeah. Square, your village is rustic. Spawn Town is rustic. And Red's village over there is rustic. It's time for some non-frickin' rustic villages, okay? Spawn Town is bad rustic? Well, it doesn't matter, it's still rustic. It still fits in that vein. It's still rustic. It's still overused. That's my main argument against rustic, is that just everyone uses rustic build palettes. Like, no, I don't want to use rustic. I want my builds to have a unique flair to them. Hence, hell. Look, I get that you like your own builds, and that's good, but it kinda hurts not gonna... Well, I'm sorry, Square, it's the same build style. Don't drag us down to their... Okay, how about I say that your Prime Village is a more tolerable version of rustic? Is that better? Does that make you feel better? There we go. I think... Ow. Let's see here. I need a landing port to look at this from. Oh, wait. I have a giant tower. Yo, I kind of like that. It just goes straight up to a point. Comparing my build style to Crow's is like comparing a nuke to a grenade from the 1940s. Ignoring the fact that both are from the same time period. Yeah, Square, a more apt comparison, if you wanted to make the point that yours was better, would be to compare the... You want to compare the P-40 Warhawk to the A-10 Thunderbolt. A plane from the 1940s to a plane from the 1980s. That's a more apt comparison. Why so much rustic? I don't know. Yeah, I like that roof. I like that it goes to a single point. That means I can put a lightning rod on top. And every build in this village is going to have a lightning rod. Because whenever it storms and you're in this village, I want lightning to be striking all around you. Because it matches the aesthetics of everything around it. Literally, if it was storming right now, I would want lightning to be striking the tower. Because lightning striking stuff I make is just fun, okay? I should probably sleep before I go back out there because there is literally no lighting out in the work zone at all. What do you mean, Blob's village? What, did you give Blob ownership? I mean, your point kind of stands, but at the same time, you know, that's like saying, you know, Red's village here is surrounded by forest and there's a jungle right there. Why didn't he make his village in the jungle trees? Like, why didn't he make a treehouse village? Like, you can build any build style anywhere. It's just a matter of, will it look good? Ah, true. You know, 2 people, that's kind of limiting for a democratic system, you know? Okay, well, the reason why I'm tearing out this old cobblestone area is so that way I can remake it, because this is where the farms are gonna be. So these represent walls. We need more jungle ruin style? Well, fortunately for y'all, I have a bunch of farms off in the jungle. We could design... We could possibly design, you know, village-type aesthetics to go around them as, you know, as shells for the farms, but could also, you know, sustain a villager or two, so that way we can get the jungle villagers, and you know, things like that. Let's see, how much farmland am I gonna give this thing? Also, any farmland I give it is gonna have to contest with these trees. I might need to nuke a portion of the forest. Man, I love Minecraft logic. Alright, let's just not finish that, because that's a good farming sized area, like right there. Like, if parts of that were for wheat, potatoes, and carrots, that would be a very good haul. So let's focus on building something else. Let's build a different building. I need my shoulders. Minecraft gets way too many bland high fantasy builds. High fantasy medieval. Well, yeah, that's part of the reason why I went hell. No, literally, that's the whole aesthetic of the star. Hell. the star is supposed to be a fortress from hell on Earth. And that's what it is. It doesn't match the overworld aesthetic at all because it's not supposed to. There is nothing about my base that's supposed to match the environment. The environment, like, the thing about my base that catches people's eye is the base. What do you mean, Swedish tower? Also, Square, you do realize that Sweden is, like, only your hell. That's only your hell, Square. That's not anyone else's. That's your special little pocket of hell, okay? That doesn't apply to anyone other than you. That is a unique thing, okay? Anyway, there you go, a Californian tower. There you go. Yep, that would match. That would be more appropriate. Well, at least if you're American, anyway. Alright, let's see. What kind of house should we build next? So we've got the, windmill for where the farmers are gonna work. Should we make the frame for the stone cutter? The mason? I think mason's that specific one. Should we do mason next? It'd be so cool to see the landscape terraformed to match the star. That would be a lot of work. That would be so much work. And that would have to be coordinated with my immediate neighbor here. But I do agree that it would be cool to see everything terraformed to match. But, that would be so much work. Like, that's more work to put into it than I'm willing to. I'd rather build more buildings than work with dirt. I say we work on the Masons area next, and we get that area, like, functional. By functional, I mean, like, a shape. They would probably be closer to the mountains, right? Like, just generally speaking of, they work with rocks. So we could put their building, like here, at the foot of this mountain. Why is there just that random cat? Did that thing go all the way from Reds? I guess it did. I swear, every now and then you find a random parrot or a random cat just in this area, because Red and I did so much stuff early in WASD that the parrots and the cats just spawned, crossed the river, and followed the natural wildlife of the area before it all went extinct. Yeah, we thinking about putting the stone cutter at the base of this mountain here? I think that would actually be pretty appropriate. Alright. What? Be normal. Okay. So, the stone cutter. What are we thinking? Should the stone cutter's area be a big open thing with a crane, or should it be some kind of half tower, half crane kind of building that has a platform of stone being lifted inside? We can go wild with the shape. I'm just building frameworks right now. So, if we, let's say we started it, here, and it, this one would have to be more of a squarish base, so it could support everything we're talking about, but hear me out. We could still round the corners off, though. We don't need it to be, square. No offense, square. Move these. You're coding something? Okay. Let me send a demo of what I'm making. Oh no. Should I be scared of this? I might have to be scared of this. Is this something I need to be scared of here? Hang on, let me check. Discord, if you're gonna send it to me. Okay, you haven't sent it yet. No need to fear. Okay, interesting. Ow, gravity. Alright, well let me know when you sent it, because my Discord's been acting weird, not giving me the little notification that I've received a message. Because, I sit on Do Not Disturb all the time. But, it used to be that there was a little red dot on the icon that would tell me if I got a message or not. But that's kind of just been gone for the past month, and I don't know where it is or how to get it back. So, just tell me in the chat once you've sent it, I'll look. Would it be cool to almost connect it to the blacksmith too? I mean, they could share a building. Not necessarily just have the two buildings connect, just they could share it. Maybe? Shush you. See, I'm not sure yet on it, though. Actually, yeah, I will need to put in corners. If we're only working on the frame right now, this thing absolutely needs corners. Okay, so now we've got a box. Okay, no, this is a square. We have a square foundation right here. Oh, it's sent. Okay. Wait, this is a video. Oh. Oh, that's cool. Well, that's cool. I like that. I like that a lot. let's just build it up. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's just start with a 7 block tall box. Immediately loses count. I think that's 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Perfect. And now we just connect up the box. I swear, one day I'll have background music. I swear. I should get background music for moments like this when there's not really much happening. I should also see if I can up my microphone sensitivity. Okay, so we've got a box. Now, unlike the other build, we're going to get a little bit more creative with the shape of this second floor. Because this is where the stonemasons go to work. Let's make this 7 blocks, I guess. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now let's hope I'm actually going to be allowed to create an interesting shape. No! Ah! Dang it. I need that scaffolding. Oh, I had that scaffolding. Why didn't I place that scaffolding? Scaffolding is one of the best blocks in the game. Change my mind. All right. What do we think of that shape? Now, just imagine that shape, but with a crane sticking out of the inside of that parabola. Okay? So we have a crane sticking out of the inside, going this direction, and it's lifting up a platform of rocks inside for the stonemasons to use. Like the crane is going out of the building, hence why it's got this weird opening to it. Yeah, we'll have to raise the walls on the other side to match it height-wise. But what do we think? Is that a yay, nay? You're not quite sold? What do you think, Square? If you're still actively here? You think you're not listening? Okay. You're having some trouble envisioning in your head? I mean, fair. This is kind of an out there shape. So I can see why you'd have a little bit of a hard time getting it. Would giving it a little bit of three-dimensional structure, like completing the frame around it, help? Like, does that help kind of give you a rough idea of what I'm thinking? Now that it's, like, kind of contained within its own little box there. Is that getting picked up? Yes, I think my roommate's noise is getting picked up. Draw it? You do not want to see me draw. I have no idea how I'd even begin drawing that. I mean, I can pull up paint, though. I can pull up paint and give it a try. This is not that kind of application for that. I can try drawing it. Let me get paint up. Go into a creative world. Yeah, okay. Okay, I can probably recreate that shape in creative. Hang on. Okay, so we're here. Let me get cobble. I do apologize for the background noise. I did not anticipate them using a mixer or of some kind anyway. Okay, so let me just... We're gonna assume that the bottom floor exists because that was already a perfect square to begin with. Alright, so we're just building up the, So this is that opening, okay? This is the opening where the crane is going to come out of. Let's just say that it's... What do you mean yellow and black thing, what you think it is? Are you talking about that? You talking about this? No, this was a schematic for Paras and my copper and honey shop. We were trying... We both created designs to see what we could build. I don't know what you could possibly think that was, but honestly, at this point, it's nothing. So let's say off let's say this far away. This is not to scale. This is just so I can try and get my point across. Okay, so we have this here. These two things here. The two walls. There's an opening between them. Inside of these is going to be a crane. I'm going to use oak planks to represent the crane, okay? We're going to use oak planks to represent the crane. 2 walls, much wow, yes. So we're going to say that this is the crane. And the crane is going to extend out like this. And then below that is going to hang rocks. So we're going to have stuff like andesite, granite, you know, stone, cobblestone. We're going to have tuff. And it's all going to hang down on a platform like this, and we're gonna have, you know, something that looks kind of like this. This is obviously not exactly how it would look. This is just me trying to get the concept across. But do you see what I'm trying to go for here? If it still sucks, we can scrap it. But this is what I'm trying to go for. Like, well, okay, right now all we're building is just the framework. I'm giving myself only frameworks today, so that way off camera I can go, 1, gather the needed materials to build all of this. 2, determine how exactly the materials are going to play in the build palettes. And 3, get the villagers inside. Yeah, I've moved to the side here. It might help if I actually line it up. Unless it's just not lined up properly. No, it is. Your just perspective is screwed. But yeah, this is the idea, is the crane's gonna go out of the building through this opening. And then it's gonna pull in the materials that the stonecutters use to create their products. That's the rough idea behind this section. It should be supported from the floor. Well, the crane itself is probably going to be several hours of development. So, I don't have a solid idea how the crane will look. I just know I want a crane in there, but I do kind of agree that it looks odd just hanging from there. I just needed to get something. I just needed to get a visual aid there. Alright, so we're all on the same page about the crane. So that's good. I will now return to creating more structure. Huzzah. I should be able to just glide there without spending any rockets. Well, again, Square, this is mostly... This is mostly to get the point across. Like, I get the point there, and it will be, like, more uniform when I actually get to building the crane, because then I'll have a rough idea, like, the exact dimensions of the crane. But, since I don't have that at this time, I'm just going to assume that it's going to be a big mess of different stone types. I mean, yes, I will have an excuse to play with stairs and slabs. I mean, yeah, I technically will have an excuse to do that. Oh, the man of the hour has joined the server. Of totally. He is totally not currently building lore stuff. Totally. Well, yeah, okay. So I'll be sure to keep that in mind. But like for the whole one stone type thing in the final product, that's the final product. I'm more worried about getting the actual shape correct. I didn't mean to fall there. Because we still need to put a roof on this. Like, we need a roof scaffolding thing. Like, something to represent where the roof's gonna go. Like, you can see the roof of the windmill over there. So, like, we need something. And, you know, I mentioned earlier, I like the idea of every roof being spiked. So, we need to figure out how we can make this a spiked roof. Just because I like the idea. And I want to see it become reality. Alright. So, how would we... Actually, for this build, do we want it to have a spiked roof, or would it be better for this if the roof was flat and used for a more utilitarian purpose? It would probably make more sense if it was flat, right? If it was a flat area more than the others. So then that means I probably want to put smaller spikes on the corners. And then just have this center area, be utilitarian and just let the spikes be on the corners, yeah? Alright, well, if we're gonna do it that way, then, we can probably, like... take these to their logical extremes. And then we can stop placing them wrong. This way, there's still spikes on it, but it's got that more useful roof that the villagers can, you know, theoretically work from. I like the way this is looking. Like, the crane may not be there right now, but once we get the crane to offset the imbalance that's in that center section, it'll work. It'll work real nice. Alright, next build. What are we doing? Are we making fishermen? Are we making librarians? What are we doing, people? I'm kind of just ignoring the old streets for now because they, yeah, I'm leaving that there on purpose. Look, I've left it here. I'm leaving them so that way I can go back and work on this stuff off camera. Yeah, no, yeah, the scaffolding's fine where it's at. See, I've every time I have an active work zone, I leave scaffolding up. That way I can just go back. That's gonna bug you now? What, that the scaffolding is just there? Just sitting there, not doing anything, just being there, you know, just sitting there so that way I can work on it later. Oh, shut up, computer. Hey, it actually shut up. Okay. What could we work on next? Well, first off, how long will we be streaming? Streaming for an hour and 15 minutes. I'm still feeling like building up another thing. What should we build up? Genuinely, what do you think we should build up? Should we... There's a lot of different villager professions out there. Fisherman? You want to do fisherman? Okay, well, he's probably going to end up being, like, right next to this bridge over here. Like, this is one of those builds that... This is one of those professions that needs water nearby. So we can probably put him on any portion of this river. Not too close to the star, but, like, past this hill is where I'm thinking we should... We could probably fit him, like, right here. The DN thing? I swear you're gonna have to be more specific. I don't... No, I'm not building that square. Alright, but yeah, this spot. I like this spot. We're gonna do something with this spot. And this is like one of the few spots where I don't have to tear down a tree. Because these trees can actually help add to the aesthetic. Oh, hello there. Okay, so, fisherman. So we're going for a very spiked, kind of, what would you say? Would you call this general idea of, like, neo-Gothic style, maybe? Is that what this is? Is that what I'm going for here? Am I going for a neo-Gothic build style with all of the spikes and the darker materials and all that? If that's the case, then we should probably... This is definitely going to be a smaller build than the other ones, because it's just, like, one fisherman. Like, he's... Yeah, he's good at what he does, but he's a fisherman. Like, there isn't much... There isn't much to his life. He just fishes. Like, that's it. That's all he does is he fishes. He's just a fisherman. Although, we could probably take this generally small building and we can give it some odd dimensions the higher up it goes, so that way we can make it unique in regards to the landscape. So that way it's not completely boring to look at. Because the last thing I want is to have a boring build. Okay? That's the last thing I want. Like, boring builds are boring. Like rustic builds. And so since we're not going for rustic builds, we want to make sure that this is unique to look at and not boring. I already said that yours were better than most, Square. So let's say that the fisherman, the general theme is boring. Yours is good. General theme, boring. That's the distinction. Yours is good. General theme, very boring. Very overused. I thought that was already clear. Anyway. So I'm thinking, what we do is we just make the first level here. We're going to make it 6 blocks tall. And it's basically just going to be a cube. And then what we do to make this look not boring is we give it a balcony out over the river. So, like, something like this. We give the fisherman this, and he can look out over the river, and all of a sudden his building isn't square anymore. Now, the question then becomes, how are we going to blend this into the actual build itself? But we can work that out. And of course, this means that he's got to have a, you know, another set of rooms here that he can live in. But this is going to result in another very spiked roof. Also, thank you for the like. Whoever gave us that like. Yeah, if you like the content you see today, be sure to like and subscribe. You know, it's all other YouTubers ever say, because they don't ever shut up about their like and sub counts. Alright, and now we literally just need to extend this up. And now we start working on the roof. No! Good job, me. Good job. Yes, falling. Gravity! Gravity sucks. And hurts. Actually, wait, no, we want that. We want that to be like that. Oh. Oh. Music is required for this level of gaming. Don't remind me that I need music. Alright, anyway. Oh, that is good music. Yeah. I think we should just start calling this aesthetic what it is. Frickin' neo-goth. Is that what this is? Is this aesthetic just neo-goth? Is that what this is? Like, is this general shape? Because, I mean, look at this. Look at this roof. That's my inventory, not the roof. But that roof, that is not a normal villager roof. Literally every single building has a spike on it. Well, whenever I do get the materials to build up all of these buildings, I'm definitely going to have the most unique skyline of the server. That's for sure. Ah, yes, he's totally not going to build anything lore-related. Totally. Alright, how long have we been live for? An hour 20? Been live for about an hour 20. I'd say we can build up one more frame. What are we thinking? Do we want to go for the librarians next? The librarians are going to be interesting. Because I have an idea of what I want. I'm just not sure how well it'll work. So, the librarians. They're like... Oh, actually, once the village is done, this is going to be like a very good place to see it all from. So, the librarians are like the only people in Ariliisew who can use magic. Or like the enchants as the in-game mechanics dictate. It's like all the librarians in Red's village are gonna come from one spot in this forest that the librarians get their training from. And I'm thinking that that spot should be probably not the top of this mountain, but right there. Right in the middle of this forest. All we gotta do is clear out all of these little trees, and we should have all of the space we need to build a small wizard's tower. Nothing like the scale of Mr. Trigus's tower, of course, but you know, something small enough to where it could suffice one village. And plus, this gets me wood. I need more wood varieties in my resource chests anyway. If for no other reason than because I want it. This is the problem with forests. Every leaf seems to be connected to another tree. Now, one thing that we are definitely going to do is make use of birch. Because I quite like birch, just as a tree. It's not my favorite, but it's up there. It's a pretty good tree. So, since we're gonna need to meld the librarian aesthetic differently from the rest of the village, because they're isolated. So we are going to have to dip into a more classical fantasy kind of style. We can't just give it a spike and call it different. No, then it'll be too much like the windmill. No, we are looking at possibly going for a more medieval styled tower. However, it won't be rustic because we'll use birch wood instead of spruce. I think that's what classifies the difference. I believe that's what classifies the difference. We just use birch instead of spruce. So we're gonna use birch wood and we're gonna use stone brick. But not at this moment. This moment we're just getting the area cleared out. And I'm gonna attempt to freehand another circle. I'm already failing it. Actually, no. We're not gonna make this a circle. We're not making this a circle. No. We're not doing that. No. We already have a circle built. Okay? Also, the server seems to just have sporadic moments of lag, and I do not appreciate this. Like, right there. What was that? We're not going for a circle. We're going for something completely abstract. These are magical people. Why would they build normally? Why would they create a build that we would describe as normal? The question is, can that kind of frame actually look good? This is also probably going to end up with just some kind of not a circle, but at the same time not a square kind of thing. 2, 3, 4, 5. Now let's go 5 up. 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. I have no idea if this is actually going to end up looking good, which is why I've saved this idea and I've just kind of kept it under wraps. Because it's like, yeah, it could potentially look great, but if you screw it up, it's not going to look good. Alright, so there's the first section of this build. It's not uniform at all, which is exactly what I wanted. I want this building to look weird, because that's the point. They're magicians. They're supposed to look weird. Like, if this didn't look weird, I would be disappointed. The question is, where do I go from here? The server's actually having a hard time right now. I don't know what's happening. Good grief. Why is the server just lagging? Oh, we could probably put a balcony here. Oh gosh. Why am I spinning? Well, I was spinning, because the server seems to be lagging a bit every now and then, and I don't know why. Ow! Like, there seems to be spots of lag. Yeah, I would suspect server lag because I don't think my frame rate's dropping. There's not really anything going on that would kill my frame rate as far as I'm aware. Yeah, that's why I said I wasn't sure. Okay. Ah! Alright, bring that down. I don't really have a clear idea of where to go with the, of where I should go with the... I don't know, I just... randomly, the game just stutters a little bit. That's it. I can't describe it in technical terms. I don't know why. I'll have to go back to that one. I'm not feeling confident in that. But the other three, I like the other three. I'm glad with I'm happy with the progress we made. So so thank you all for watching, and okay, Square, this is WASD. The WASD server always lags. Anyway, thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Goodbye.